Darjeeling Himalayan Railway, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is the train that runs on a track that was built in mountain terrain. Connecting Siliguri in the plains of Bengal to the hill station of Darjeeling, the railway was conceived to overcome 7,000 feet of elevation across less than 90 kilometers of rugged terrain. The train takes a duration of 8 to 10 hours to cover the distance, and service is often disrupted by rains, bad weather, and landslides, resulting in damaged tracks. We decided to bike along the track to get the experience of the terrain. We are also sharing some details on the challenges that were faced during its construction. The construction of the Darjeeling Himalayan Railway in the late 19th century stands as a marvel of engineering and colonial ingenuity. One of the most iconic features of the DHR is its loops and zigzags, which allow the train to gain altitude without steep gradients. These were not part of the original plan. When engineers faced steep inclines near Tindharia and Ghum, they found conventional railway curves inadequate. One story goes that during a site inspection, an engineer facing a rock face too steep to climb directly sketched a Z pattern on the ground with his walking stick and proposed, "Why not try this?" The Agony Point Loop, one of the most famous, gets its name from the emotional and technical stress it caused during surveying and construction. Before mechanization, transporting construction materials posed a major hurdle. Workers relied on mules, elephants, and human porters to haul rails, tools, and supplies up the hills. In some sections, iron rails were carried up manually. Stories tell of porters walking barefooted through leech-infested jungles with 100-pound steel lengths on their shoulders. The track was built using 2-foot gauge, which made for easier transportation and laying, but even this required extraordinary effort through dense forests and monsoon-prone areas. Engineers contended with the relentless Himalayan monsoon, which would wash away entire sections of tracks overnight. Landslides were frequent, especially through Kurseong and Sonada. In one account, workers had to rebuild a section 3 times in one monsoon season, each rebuild requiring clearing debris, recovering twisted rails, and realigning the tracks. Furthermore, malaria and cholera outbreaks frequently thinned the workforce. European engineers and Indian laborers alike faced brutal working conditions. Among the early locomotives was a small steam engine nicknamed Baby Siwak. Legend says this engine once helped transport not only rail supplies but also food and letters between isolated camps. Engineers reportedly used it like a supply cart, rigging up carriages from whatever wheels and planks they could find. Despite being a project of the British Raj, the DHR often had a contend with resistance from landlords worried about losing land or forest rights. Additionally, some British officials believed the terrain was too dangerous for a railway. One 1879 report from a colonial surveyor claimed a railway to Darjeeling is wholly fit for fiction. It was under the leadership of Franklin Prestage, a British agent with the Eastern Bengal Railway, that the project finally gained traction. His dogged lobbying and strategic vision led to the formation of the Darjeeling Stream Tramway Company, later renamed, which completed the line by 1881. When Ghum station was built at 7,407 feet, it became the highest railway station in India. Engineers faced not just altitude sickness but freezing temperatures at night. Water in the tenders would sometimes freeze, forcing workers to pour hot coals or tea water into pipes to get the engines moving again. The Siliguri-Darjeeling railway line wasn't just a feat of engineering, it became a lifeline for hill communities and a symbol of British-Indian collaboration. The line still operates heritage steam locomotives today, and its construction stories continue to inspire railway historians and mountain engineers alike.